Year review. Year review. Year review. The whole internet was mad because PewDiePie wasn't in the YouTube Rewind this year to say year review. I kind of copied this last year and I'm enjoying it this year too, so I'm doing it again. Year review. Copy a meme review shamelessly. Who cares? Year review. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Gamer with Gage channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. For those of you left and came back, I'm happy for you. For those who never left, I love you. And for those just now tuning in, welcome to the channel. I don't know, just saying a bunch of things. So this obvious video by title intro is obviously year review. And I wanted to go ahead and say it because I'm sure every YouTuber ever is going to do year review. And I did it last year and I don't know, dude, just like, I like it. So, here we go. Year review. So as you can tell, I'm in a brand new outfit from just a few seconds ago in the video. The first time I shot this, it was like 30 minutes of me rambling. So I'm going to try to shorten and sweeten that up to where it's a good flow, a little bit more interesting, and it's not me just talking so much. Like, I don't mind talking and giving you good information, but I don't want to trail off on everything and it take forever to get through a video. 2018. Oh, 2018. So I'd actually like to talk about the first thing that kind of occurred for me in 2018. It actually began in 2017. In November 2017, I moved out of my parents' house and started living on my own. I just rented a house in town. Nothing crazy, nothing special about it. But it was a big deal because obviously, you know, moving out, you get your independence. For my mom, in her words, it was my last little bit of growing up to do, and I think that was a big deal. And honestly, the growing pains weren't as bad as I thought, or at least I can't remember how bad they were. Probably the main thing I realized with moving out is obviously, like, you have to pay everything, like bills, you know, paper towels, toilet paper, stuff that, you know, my parents sometimes would take care of because, like, yeah, I would go shopping for them a lot, but I was, you know, spending their money to get, you know, toiletries, miscellaneous things, you know, whether it be orange juice, apple juice, milk, you know, I'd always help with that, but I'd pitch in on it at times, but, you know, when you're going from just being an errand boy, picking up groceries, and maybe paying for it a little bit out of your own pocket too, having to completely support yourself, completely rely on yourself to keep the fridge has food in it, and just different things like that. It's very, very different from living with my parents, and that had its own set of good stresses. I thought were good stresses because they were pretty easy to adapt to. I didn't do anything big moving out on my own. It was a big deal to me, but my parents, I lived close enough to them that it wasn't a big deal if I needed help or if I needed to move back in. So I did do that moving out vlog. I did, you know, move out overnight and stuff, and it was pretty fantastic. That was a good one. I think the main stress of moving out on my own was realizing that even though I was a pretty established personal trainer, I about said Pokemon trainer, that I still struggled to pay the bills, and not necessarily like I was like really struggling to pay the bills, but I've had a job since I was 17 years old, so I've had some kind of like a little bit of disposable income from the time I was 17 to now. I'm 23, by the way. So throughout the years I've made money, you know, and since I've always kind of lived with my parents, I've been able to you know, stick most of that money away into an account, say a checking account or savings account, and just put it away for later, and I don't, you know, not go out and spend things. Well, turns out when I moved out on my own, you know, I didn't quite make enough to pay the bills, so I was dipping into that nest egg, or that, you know, the money I had left over, and it pretty well went dry, and that terrified me. But the good part is, you know, as time went on, nowadays I make plenty of money to pay the bills, and I'm slowly, you know, putting money back in the bank that I ran dry. Next thing! So that little tidbit of me moving out on my own will have significance later on in the review, but now I'd like to jump over to December 2017. It's gonna sound weird, but I think it was right at the beginning of December. I was almost on Christmas break, different things like that, and I started to have a little bit more time off, and stuff was going slower as a personal trainer in December. It usually does, and my computer crapped out on me, and that was a rough deal because obviously I didn't have money to pay for it to get it fixed, because I was, you know, spending money on groceries and, everybody that, you know, all my tech friends that would have worked on my computer, they were out of touch. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with it when they did come over to help, and it was just a rough deal because I'd fried the motherboard, which was like devastating. So that's kind of what led into my hiatus. Now I actually had plenty of videos backlogged whenever my computer went out, so I could have, you know, still gotten on the internet, but I have just this main desktop and then a spare laptop that I salvaged from college. Like, that thing, it should be dead because you can't do anything with it. The thing freezes up, the thing locks up. You can do system restore. I've cleaned the thing, I've deleted all the files. I think I've even reinstalled the operating system. Like, that thing's just on its last leg because I did a lot of stupid stuff in college with it. And it's what I'd upgraded onto my, when I got my desktop, that's what I upgraded from. So it's on its last leg because it's done video editing, played games, done college work, you know, just you know, download things for college and different things like that. And the old Photoshop I had stopped working on that laptop, so I could not make thumbnails. So I could still upload videos and post them, I just could not make thumbnails. And I had made, back at Thanksgiving that previous year, before my computer died out, you know, I went on like this 30-minute rant video how aggravated it was that I wasn't getting any channel growth, and I was struggling with it. And then it broke the camel's back whenever I fried my computer, and that was very frustrating. So that's why I took my 4-month hiatus. I was kind of done. I was kind of burnt out on that. Didn't want to deal with it. And then as I had, you know, it didn't get fixed again until like February. So I went a good 2 months without it, because between being able to afford it and then finding somebody who could help me figure out what was wrong and then replace the parts and stuff and fix it. So that's part of the hiatus, and I got aggravated about it. But I felt this freedom because I was like, I can play any game I want now. No obligations, no schedules to keep. I just go to work, come home, play video games. Crazy as it sounds, I really start to miss making YouTube videos, and I remember doing different things for video editing that I would have dreams about how to do video editing like more efficiently or differently. So it was definitely a good break, the hiatus I took, because it got me hungry again. It got me that spirit, that enjoyment and drive to make videos like I did when I first started. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. It was like that primal, like, I really enjoy this. Because when I came back and I was finally able to get my computer fixed and finally able to make videos and stuff, once I started that up again, I realized I just enjoyed sitting in front of the camera, turn on a game, and playing for a few hours, and then like I could chop it up later and edit it like I need to, and it's just, I enjoyed it. And I realized quickly that I had, you know, I was making videos a lot faster again, so I could and faster than before, so I could actually post more videos and do that. So that was, you know, that's kind of the hiatus there that I like to talk about. Is like, I hated that I quit, but at the same time, I'm glad I did, because now it's gotten me like excited about videos again, making videos and YouTube and all that. And I've got all these ideas now, and I got the creativity back. It also changed my perspective on my goals, and not even necessarily my goals, but just my outlook on it, because I was getting frustrated because I wasn't getting anywhere, because I was putting a lot of work in. And there I know a few people had made YouTube channels who got way bigger channels and way farther along than I ever could, and I'd been doing it longer, and you know, I put a little bit more time into editing videos and different things like that, and it just frustrated me. Now it's, my outlook is more like, I'm gonna make all the videos I want as fast as I can. Not necessarily as fast as I can, but you know, I make all the videos I want. For me, I enjoy it, and you know, there's that hope in the back of my head that one of these days it's gonna just take off, because I keep putting effort into it. I keep, you know, getting somewhere. I know it's a long shot and it's slim, and my expectations or my hopes and dreams are a little adjusted as far as that is too, because like, I'm perfectly content with being a personal trainer. I figure that'll always be my main job. It's kind of is my dream job, YouTube, and I think personal training would be my dream job. But especially since personal training is here now, I just want this YouTube to like kind of pay for equipment. Like, I'd like to be able to make enough money off of YouTube to replace my computer one of these days, and replace all this stuff, because yes, we've done a few tune-ups and upgrades, but this crap's getting to be 4 years old. I mean, honestly. And when you are hard on equipment like this, filming and editing, creation of files, destruction of files, movement of files, editing of files, rendering of files, you know, all that, it's hard on a computer. It just is. The next thing is I started back up weightlifting again. I think I'm finally for sure definitively over my gallbladder surgery, like, yeah, obviously I'm healed from it, but there was that, you know, trying to get the drive to get back to the gym again, and trying to get the drive to do stuff, because I lost all that progress and trying to get it back. You know, I'm sitting at 200 again. But anyway, so I started eating better, and I'm a nutritionist, and I studied it well, but, you know, that learning how to apply it and proving to yourself is a big deal. Training really grew because I started boot camps this year, and those were a success. And I'm even helping my parents work out, and they've both lost a pretty significant amount of weight in this past year. And that's probably one of my biggest accomplishments this year. That is probably my biggest and best accomplishment this year. It was and still is, you know, giving back to my parents and helping them be, you know, get fit and get better as well. Next thing, and also my business has been growing. Like, I went from, you know, barely getting, the hours are always going to be irregular, so there's going to be some weeks I'm like stuck there and some weeks I'm not. But I went from, you know, hardly being able to be there like 20 hours a week some weeks, and then less than that on other weeks. There was plenty of weeks this year that I was there 40 plus hours. I know back whenever I was doing kickboxing training, I spent 60 hours a week there, at least for a good month. I really want to say July, I spent 60 hours a week at work. And just, you know, between being a personal training and kickboxing and weightlifting and all that other stuff. So that was very awesome. And like I said, making plenty of money now to be able to pay my bills and continue to do this. Next thing. So with all that being said, I really think, as a final rating on this year review, although I may have already said it, I can't remember. My brain's turned to mulch. I haven't slept. Oh yeah, can't you tell? I got a red spot on my nose. My hair is a mess. I got this like 1,000-yard stare, like I'm half dead because I kind of haven't slept in about 20 hours. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Anyways, throughout this year, I would rate, you know, this year was probably the most stressful, but like I said, it was good stresses. But, like, you know, there were certain things I tried with my personal life and different things like, you know, kickboxing and stuff, and I kind of failed miserably at that, and that was rough on me. But as far as business is concerned, that was very successful. The most productive year by far. Most productive year. Produced more videos, done more with personal training. Like, as far, you know, I may not, that's the difference, is I was unsuccessful in like kickboxing and different things I tried to do. But as far as being productive with my business and everything like that, yeah, that was a success. So you could mark that as a success, but I would mark that as just being productive. I produced more this year out of myself as a human being than I ever have before in my entire life. And for the most part, you know, I tried a few new things. I took a few leaps of faith, and it was much better in 2017. Like I mentioned before, 2017 was like the worst year of my life. It was nothing but misery and depression and just crap with personal life, with the surgery and everything. And 2018 was kind of me crawling out of the grave, so to speak, or crawling out of the ground, rising from the ashes. That's probably a better analogy. Rising from the ashes. And you know, I will hesitate to say I did anything substantial, but you know what I'm saying is, like, I got out of the crap hole that 2017 was. 2018 was a step in the right direction, and honestly, I'm looking forward to 2019. There's a few things that happened at the very end of this year. You know, just more dieting stuff. Before, I'd always been cutting and stuff, and I've been cutting weight, and you know, been pretty shredded and stuff, pretty satisfied with that. Now I'm trying to bulk, so I'm 200 pounds again, but very lean 200 pounds, or a leaner 200 pounds, and just different things like that. And like I said, business is going good. The YouTube thing, I've got a new hunger for it, making videos faster than ever now, and that's why we're doing 2 videos a day now, hopefully for the whole month of 2019. You know, help my parents out with their weightlifting journey and fitness journey. I think I covered all the everything else. If not, let me know in the comments, and I can make another video about it or something like that. Also, let me know, like, how your year went and what you're looking forward to 2019, different things like that, because I'm looking forward to more YouTubing, more personal training, you know, more business and stuff like that, but also learning how to be a more efficient worker and be better at it and take it further to be able to help more people and help the ones I've already got better, you know, in a better way. But that's kind of what I'm looking for, is just more self-improvement, more of a step in the right direction. And I think with 2019, I'm going to try to be more cautious with things. Or not necessarily cautious, but not as reckless. Anyways, trying not to ramble here, I'd say we're good. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, whether that's tomorrow or a few hours from now. I don't know. You'll know it. But see ya.